Would you call it a coincidence? When you wake up in the middle of the night, and the first song they put on is basically what I was dreaming. And then it happens to be by Pink Floyd. And then you look at my pants, Pink Floyd. And then so happens that you're watching this movie, Fight Club. And you're watching this movie, The Wizard of Oz. Fight Club was made in 1999. And do you know what happened at the end of Fight Club? They blew up all the buildings. They all came down exactly the way the Twin Towers came down. And then I watched The Wizard of Oz. And then the witch, the wicked witch of the West. Of the O and T, T and O equals 35, starting off on the 35-yard line. They kick it down the field into the end zone. 75 yards later, it's outside the end zone. You're offline. T and O, 35-35 is a reflection of 57-75, which is a reflection of 1776. I walk into the Dépanneur, which is a store where you can buy your basically 510 store of coffee and stuff. And the first thing I see is this lottery. Mad Max, the Soul of the Earth. Fate, which means Fate Club or Fight Club. The Mad Max, the Soul of the Earth. René, they call me René, Ronnie. It's the same thing here in French. Fight Club, basically, is what it's standing over here. The lemon, that's what I made, lemon juice last night. This whole thing seemed to be exactly about what I did last night. The two movies. One is The Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch. And all she had to do is tap her feet. Toto was the name of the dog. Toto, the name of the dog. Lake Mead, lemonade. John Lennon, Lennon, whichever one you want to go, whichever thing you want to do. Jeu de mots, wordplay. S-T-O-M, or how about Tommy? Does anybody know Tommy? Does anybody know the Pinball Wizard or any of the other songs? Full of coincidences. You know what my favorite is? I take this with apples, and I take this with cottage cheese. Cinnamon, for me, is very big inside my numerological thoughts. And then I'm sitting next to a girl, okay, we're in a river or some kind of lake, and there seems to be big fish in the lake that shouldn't be there. So she creeps up real close to me, and it just so happens that one of my better acquaintances on Facebook is a girl named Chris K. And she's the most harmonious person that I basically have online that seems to get involved in her thoughts and my thoughts, which is very, very nice, and it's very touching. When I look at snow, it looks blue. Your body colors and the pool balls all match. What do I think happened to the energy of December? Either it already passed and we didn't notice it, or most of it, or 99% of it, was trapped by the Galactica system that we live in, and they're going to use it against us this year. They have to, because there's only so much time that you can use and save the electrical current, because apparently electric cannot be saved, but then again it can be saved, because a gentleman I met today told me that a man ran his car on water by just putting a little extra water into his batteries, and have 4 batteries that recycle within each other, that once it goes up to a certain energy level, it must go the opposite way in order for the energy not to kill itself. It's just all so coincidental and weird. 1776, the sevens on a dice cube don't exist. So what you have to do is when you take this 6 and you turn it to this side, that actual center dot is not here. It totals 7, but 7 is a total of 0 because these two have to come together, reflecting only in the middle of the dice that you do not see. So instead of 1776, it's 1006 or 6001. Well, let me tell you about one thing. The center of the cube is 25. It can also be reflected as other numbers also, but we're going to stick with 25. We have 8 of them, equals to 8 times 25 is 200 dough. 1 more is 225. If we take 5775 and we add on 2, 2, and 5, we end up with 6,000. If we put on the 5775, 26, or 25, because you always have to take the one number at the end and add it on again, which makes 6001, which is the same number as saying 1776. 1776, now if you take the 5 I just spoke about and put it on top of the 1, you end up with 5770, excuse me, you end up with 6776, that if you look online, it'll tell you about some kind of mixture of DNA, Homo sapien DNA. People have asked me, what is the Christ energy? He was the energy that was put into the system when Christ was born, that no matter where you are in this world, we all have this energy. Wherever there's a Bible, you have this energy because you have the thought. Don't forget, we're in a computer system. The energies will come out in thoughts. What is the yellow banana? It is the octane. It is the yellow brick road. Yellow is a representation of gold. Gold or yellow, they're both the same thing. Because when you go to the bathroom and piss, it's all about the water circulating in your brain that turns your brain that gray-green or gangrene that you get. Coincidental? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But more often than not, I'm getting, in my videos, I'm getting no likes, hardly any dislikes out of all the work I do, but that's fine. Either you want to get involved by watching, and that's fine too. So whatever comes up into the area of whatever I do, I must accept it. It's almost like somebody that's homeless. Even though I'm getting no reflection, at least I'm learning from the pressures on how to handle the negativity and the can I say the lessness? It really doesn't work out, but WKRP in Cincinnati and less does work out. Raphael 7286. Remember, 5775, 5 by 7 is 35. 35 is the highway that crosses over into Kansas City and all the way down to Texas. It's an energy that comes off the Great Lakes. It just does. It just is, because that's the way it is. Right now I have to go back painting to my wall. Is there anything else other than Chris K showed me something, and she came up with this image over here, the snake. I got this book 37 years ago, and I'm just starting to look at it today, but it seems to all work out. Thank you. Raphael 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus, connected to Nunavut and Baffin Islands, all have Nunavut, and we are the islands of E.T. We are the extraterrestrials. I just know it by the bottom part of my name, E.T. and H. In fact, it's M-E-T-H, which is like the myth. My name starts with F and R. The R is just like R. The F is F. FR, how far can we go? How much further is to go before we notice that we are the extraterrestrials in these human bodies here to learn? What else would you do? You die tomorrow. What are you going to do? If your mind doesn't work, you do nothing. If you do nothing, you sit on the shelf. If you sit on the shelf, you collect dust. And after a while, you come back again. Here or somewhere else. Do you want to see what the world's all about? It's all about this. This is the way we change time. One page at a time. Things go slow in this world, and the evil spirit must follow the speed. It has no choice. Otherwise, it falls apart. It burns up. It blows up. That's just the way it is. In The Wizard of Oz, Gwendolyn the witch, if that's her name, came in on a bubble. Also, if we watch the movie, which movie was it with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that when he came in, or his buddy came in, they also came in on a bubble. So think it. We're inside the bubble is where the space is. That's just the way it is. Again, Raphael on the constellation of Pegasus, just below Andromeda, also connected somewhere in Africa, connected in Nunavut, and we'll all have some of it. I bid you a fair day, and thank you.